Hey, what's good with you people? Dogysamich here for another episode of the podcast blog vlog thing. I know it's been a little bit, and you're probably thinking, so surely by now he's finally done what he said he was going to do for like 2 or 3 months, but nope. Still just trying to see what's good with you. You already know what we're here for. If I'm back after this time, I must have another soda, and I do. The homie told me about this maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I saw it in the grocery store a couple of times. I only saw 12 packs, but I figured, it might be safe enough for this. So today, when I went to the grocery store, I decided to pick up a 12 pack of the new, and I heavily quote the new, Crush Back to the 80s Electric Blue Razz. Apparently, this is supposed to be a blue raspberry soda. I I can't say I didn't hear about this because I was told about it. I didn't think anything of this. I actually kind of had to go out of my way for this because I had to go to not the usual grocery store, not the number one headband, but the other one that I frequent enough every now and then, but I usually go in there with a specific agenda. And today this was it. We've tried a couple of raspberry things, a couple things that have tasted blue as well. So I don't know if I'll say I have high hopes for this, but I imagine this will be okay. I do like some raspberry sodas, and there have been very few crushes on here, maybe one. In general, when you talk about crush, it's usually orange soda, and I would say Crush is my third favorite orange soda. Technically second. Technically second because if I pick between Crush or Sunkissed, I would usually go Sunkissed. But both of those are under Mountain Dew Livewire. All of this to say that I am somewhat familiar with Crush. It's not like this is a foreign concept as a whole. I do like Crush grape soda, even though that's very rare to come across nowadays. Uh, I can't even begin to think of other flavors of Crush because it's been so long really past orange. But we're not here for all the other flavors. I guess we're here for this new throwback to the 80s. I don't know if this is an honest throwback or anything. I haven't done any research or anything into it. I just said if I ever came across it, I'd pick it up. I've been too lazy to see if there's a hot spot for bottles or single cans. And after looking at the 12 pack for a couple weeks, I said, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, I tolerated wild cherry and cream Pepsi for a 12 pack, so this is not going to be that bad. So let's see what we got. Here's the crack. And I already smell this. And that does smell berry. This is the crack, and here's swig number one. Oh geez. That's a good oh geez. That is a fruity drink. Swig number two. I like this. I like this a lot. How do I describe this? Obligatory, I don't know, berries, yada yada, blah blah. It really tastes like a fruity drink. I guess I have to say raspberry, but this tastes like a punch soda. I don't know if I could go as far as to really say that there is a defined crush taste to go along with it, or even a crush texture. It doesn't feel like it per se. Again, I haven't had Crush in a little. I know I said that I'm not unfamiliar with Crush, but it has been a little bit. All I think about when I think of Crush is orange. I'm doing all these hand gestures like I have a cam on or something. It doesn't really help the effect. But what I'm getting at is this. I like this taste. It's mellow taste. It's an accessible taste. It's not aggressive. It's not like bitey. It's not tangy, but it tastes fruity. This is a really good contrast to a lot of what I've been drinking lately, which is a lot of the norms in sodas. Like I always have a good stock of colas, whether it's Coke or Pepsi or both. Lately I've been drinking a lot of Sprite tea. Currently I have regular Sprite. in the mix, and Sunkissed, and a little bit of ginger ale here and there. Just nothing crazy as of late. So this is a nice pickup to add to the current stock of sodas because this makes me think of a carbonated Hawaiian punch to some degree. Not like the exact red punch flavor, but in the ballpark. Swig number 3. Yeah, I really like this actually. I'm trying to think of the other raspberries I've had lately, and I think of like Mountain Dews come to mind. I had I have known it was going to taste like this, I would have tried to pull up some more because I feel like there's one or two other ones. But I think of some variation of a Mountain Dew raspberry or even Sunkissed, and this tastes tamer than both of those. Speaking of Mountain Dew, I know there's a Mountain Dew Voltage Raspberry. Maybe I'll get my hands on that. We'll talk about that more later. But no, this Crush Electric Blue Razz. Yeah, I'm about this. Swig number 4. I already lost count. This can's half gone. Yeah, I might have to go get another one of these. This is good. This is good. This immediately on high tier. Might even let it take a look at top. I'm not even going to write God off. I don't know if it could be God tier, but yeah, I like this. This good right here. I hope they keep this one around. We can go back to the 80s. I don't even remember the 80s because the 80s was a small part of my life, but man, we can go back to the 80s on this one, bruh. Do I regret buying this? No, not at all. In fact, I regret taking so long to buy it. Yes, I like this. If this is the only thing in the fridge to drink with water, we don't have to finish that. I'm drinking all this. I can't even spell water at that point. Water is evil. Would I buy some more? It's not a question of will. The question is when. And really, if it was at my usual, it's like this. It's like this. One, if it was at the usual grocery store that I go to, I would most definitely pick this up in the next time I stock up on sodas. I would go as far as to consider getting this for like a buy two get one. I would consider giving this like a usual suspect spot. But the win goes as far as I would actually be willing to go to the other grocery store that's slightly more expensive and take their deal just so I can pick up another case of this. And also get the Mountain Dew and some other stuff. But swig number 5. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. This is probably the best review I've had of something. I like this more than Sprite Tea. Like I'm thinking about stuff that I've been I don't even know the good phrases to say because that's not really in my character. Over the clouds, over the rain. High grades, high remarks. I'm trying to think of things that I've said lately. High praise. I think of Sprite Tea. I like this more than Sprite Tea. What was the Mountain Dew from last year like? The red Mountain Dew from last year? This is as good as that, maybe even better. I can't stress this enough. I'm about this. we're almost 10 minutes. We're 9 minutes in. Almost 10. That's almost 10. We're 9 minutes in. I'm not even getting to the closing parts of this. I like this so much. Swig number 6. 6. But yeah, I don't think I need to say any more at this point. This is good. This is good. I've even done the thing again where I haven't been talking directly in the mic because the can is kind of over to the side. And so I kind of look over and like, my levels aren't where I want to be. Because I keep thinking about how to describe this can, how to describe this drink and sell people on it. I like it. It's good. Good fruity drink. That's all I have. That's all I have. I mean, I have more, but I need to diversify my vocabulary and expand my descriptions to really add any more to this, which I can't be asked to do that right now. That would be taking far more time than I already need to at this point. Which, if you're still here at this point, I totally appreciate you giving me your time. Can't say that enough. I know I'm really spotty about this. I know this is like just slapped together. So anybody who's been through these, like, I really appreciate it because it's like there is a static screen and my voice, and that's it. And I haven't really offered anything else. And even through that, you've decided to soldier on and continue through episode after episode. I totally appreciate that. I I kind of have an idea of when the next one might be. I might go pick up the Mountain Dew, because again, that would give me an excuse to give me another 12 pack of this electric blue Razz. I don't know how soon that'll be, because I have a lot of soda right now. I mean, I guess I technically could just for more content, but we'll see how that goes. But whenever that happens, if that happens, you already know where it's going to... Oh, side note, there's another thing. There is another soda, although I am far less eager to find this. And this really sounds like it'd have to be a bottle. Somebody, quote unquote, jokingly asked me. They technically did ask me. One of the usual viewers. I do appreciate you for this. They asked me if I would be willing to try, what is it, A&W Ice Cream Sundae Root Beer Soda. And I've seen that in a store. I've seen that, I think I've seen it in both the grocery stores. I've seen it in the usual one. But the problem with that is it was a 12 pack. And even though I've kind of bent on the rule of not trying 12 packs, I'm actually far more afraid of that than I am of Pepsi Wild Cherry and Cream. And I'm actually more afraid of it than stuff like any Dr. Pepper I've tried. That even included the Dr. Pepper Coconut. Because, one, while I don't have anything against root beer directly, I actually just don't drink root beer. Like, I realistically could do episodes of, I just try A&W root beer. I try Barks root beer, because it's been years since I've drank root beer. I don't. I do not remember what they taste like. I remember being okay with them, but I could get enough of a reaction drinking some of those. But ice cream sundae. I don't do food reviews yet. I probably won't. I don't do food reviews. But anybody who's ever asked me about food opinions, and I'm very opinionated about the concept of food opinions as a whole. That's another podcast. But I don't like ice cream. I dislike ice cream. I hate ice cream. I'm not lactose intolerant. I love pizza. I love cheese. I hate ice cream. I do not consume ice cream. So and Sundays, I don't know if Sundays are different enough, because that gets filed under ice cream as well, and I want absolutely nothing to do with it. I cannot tell you the last time I've tried anything ice cream. It's been decades. So the idea of ice cream sundae soda sounds like one of the hardest no's that has ever crossed my path ever since the idea of talking about soda. Hand on face. Yada. No, it sounds bad. But I want to take a little time and see if I can find a bottle. If I can't find a bottle, and I go to the grocery store and I see like 2 for $3, I say 2 for $3. Buy 2, get 3. That's the proper way to say it. But if I see like buy 2, get 3, Maybe even buy two, get two, depending on when it is. I might. But that sounds scary, dude. I, man, I don't know. Swig number 7 of the electric blue Razz. Let's end this one on a good note. Because we'll cross that road when we get to it. For now, I thank you one more time because this is the longest episode at this point. That's been a rant. But until next time, be easy, yo. Peace.